All right, let's get Miranda on. You remember we helped Miranda out with texting Tutor on Friday, whose husband had this golf weekend, Father's Day golf weekend, all set up, ready to go. And we texted him on Friday to say, sorry, it would really be great if you couldn't go.
Yeah, Miranda hit us up. Her husband is a stay-at-home dad to 2 young kids, and she had gifted him with this golf weekend so he could get away, have some time to himself. And she's very appreciative of everything he does, and so that was her gift. Well, this past week, her mom reiterated how important it was for her and her husband to be at their house this past weekend for her dad's Father's Day. And she told her mom that, my husband has a golf trip, and she's like, you both need to be here, blah, blah, blah. Her mom was pulling basically the same MO as she has in the past.
So she started crying about it, emotionally flopping is what I call it.
So we texted Miranda's husband to ask him if he could push his golf trip for one weekend. It was not received well. It did not go well.
Reverse!
So after everything is said and done, Miranda was like, basically, I'll work on my boundaries with my mom, and you go and have a good golf weekend trip, and however the chips fall, they fall.
So did he go on that Father's Day weekend trip or not? Good morning, Miranda. We need an update.
Hi, you guys. Yeah, bit of a roller coaster.
What happened?
Well, he did go on his trip.
Okay.
So the day we texted, when I got home from work, my husband was still, rightfully frustrated and annoyed, and we had a very long conversation about my mom and boundaries, and I really. Ultimately, we decided he would go on his golf trip and I would take the kids to my parents' house. But my gut was telling me that this Father's Day get-together felt different from those in the past. I know my mom can be selfish, but this one just seemed really different. But I didn't tell my husband because I didn't want to lay a guilt trip. I really just wanted him to enjoy his well-deserved weekend to himself. So no more was said about it. Friday night, he left for his golf trip. And I didn't tell my mom that he wasn't coming. I just decided to show up on Sunday, and when she asked, I would say he was on his trip.
Good call.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think so, too.
They would have been hell to pay all weekend.
Right. Well, and so Sunday morning, I got the kids ready, and we headed over to my parents' house. I was the first to arrive, and of course, first question out of my mom's mouth was, where's my husband? And I explained that we weren't able to move his golf trip last minute, so he would not be attending. And she wasn't happy, but she's good about keeping it civil in front of her grandkids. So I knew I'd hear about it later, but she was fine then. And then my brothers got there, and Mom surprised Dad with his new flat top grill, and my brothers did the barbecuing so my dad could enjoy his day. And then right as the food was about to be served, my husband walked through the door.
What?
Oh my gosh, he did.
Yeah. Oh, I almost burst into tears, you guys. I was so happy. He cut his trip short so that he could make an appearance, and everyone was elated to see him. And we had a lovely lunch. And then, right before we were about to leave, my parents broke the news that my dad is having heart surgery this week.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My mom wanted everyone there, and I'm just a real daddy's girl, so this news was devastating. And actually, having my husband there for support was everything. He's slated for surgery tomorrow. So if you could send some positive vibes, that would be appreciated.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's I'm really sorry about your dad. As far as your husband goes, what a good man.
I know.
What a good man.
I know. I know. He's the real one. He fully deserved his golf weekend. Needless to say, this has kind of put a lot into perspective. And I still plan on working on boundaries with my mom, and my husband will absolutely be getting another weekend in the very near future for being his awesome self.
Awesome.
When you're done crying, give that man special favor.
Or before you're done.
It doesn't matter.
Let her get through this week. All right, I think that's would be a lovely compromise.
Who's got that kind of patience?
The Bert Show.